So here we are for, this is our 15th Trecena meditation. This is the Trecena of Akbal, of night or dawn, the Trecena of potential. So since this is night, I thought in the way that we start the meditation, in climbing the pyramid at Chichen Itza, it would be appropriate for us to do that under a night sky. Bring your attention, your focus to your breath. And as you focus on the inhale and the exhale, letting go of any thoughts or tensions that you might be holding, allowing yourself to drop fully into that inner landscape and finding in that inner landscape this beautiful, magnificent, awe-inspiring pyramid that sits in this massive open space in the middle of the Yucatan jungle. This place in the world that was the home of the Maya. And as you find yourself at the bottom of these steps looking up, this is a stairway that seems to go up into the very heavens themselves. You start to breathe and step and step and breathe. Each step bringing closer and closer to this canopy of stars. When you get to the top, and in fact, perhaps you find a ladder that allows you to get to the very, very, very top. And you look up and it is wondrous. It is expanse of indigo and these little miracles of guiding light, almost more than the mind can comprehend. You feel yourself fully immersed in the energy of this Trecena of night, of Akbal. And Akbal, as we just said, symbolizes both darkness and dawn. It is that liminal place in between. It is the magical times of the day when night cedes to day and day gives way to night. Periods of transition, of grace, of polarity, of potential. This is light and dark, heat and cold, opposing sides, opposing energies. For those in seeking sacred source, this would be Ra and Apophis. These absolute contrary, contradictory, opposing energies and forces. Akbal also signifies harmony, truth, hope, awakening, enchantment, magic, mystery, devotion. So it is this energy of oppositional force, but it is also the Nagwal of clarity and light, a force of renewal. And it helps us gain illumination into the issues that impact our lives. So these are the 13 days that we start today. You can see that we start with one night. We end with 13 eagle. And the image here, this beautiful monarch, which is that, I mean, certainly we see it as a symbol of transformation. But before the transformation, there is the potential of what one is going to be transformed into. So the journey here. It is from 1 to 6, moving through from night to seed, serpent, the death, deer, light or the sun, offering, which is also rain, dog, authority that we have just met, monkey, road, reed with its boundaries, jaguar, which opens us in another way to the mystery, to the dark, to the shadow, and eagle, which brings clarity. And so you have this whole journey from night into clarity in the grand scheme of 13 days, but also the very end reiterates that as well. Trying to move it to a different slide, something that's, there we go. So Akbal, associated traditionally with the direction of west, which is endings, the color black. The animal totems are the fawn and the macaw. So there is both gentleness, perhaps some raucousness that comes. So Akbal brings us into the realm of night, the great deep void where nothing yet exists and yet all potential dwells. This is the place where all things begin, all roads commence, all thoughts germinate, and the place also where everything ends, all paths converge, and the ultimate impact of all intention becomes material. For all beginnings are endings on the other side of their reality, and all endings bloom yet again in a burst of renewed energy and life. These are the sacred cycles of existence, large, small, microscopic, and too boundless to enumerate. Cycles that pulsate an infinite variety and on levels of complexity, repeated and iterated in every droplet of consciousness, as well as the great unconscious. Cycles that we, the human species, endeavor to explain by fragmenting them into a million multicolored pieces that our minds can grasp. Fulfilling your potential is really a matter of awareness, of acceptance, of letting go. To be aware is to know yourself fully on all levels and in all aspects of your being. For without awareness, you cannot begin to understand your true potential. To accept is to love you and who you are without preconditions, judgments, or comparisons, and to extend this love to others, no matter how stinging their criticisms of you, no matter how sharp their tongues, no matter how intolerant their views, for they in turn may not yet be ready to accept and love themselves. To let go is to respect and trust in yourself and your chosen life path, and to release toxic emotions, thoughts, and attitudes, whether your own or those of others, that would fracture your life's horizon. In times of despair, uncertainty, or fear, remember that fulfilling your potential is both the toughest and the simplest thing you will ever do. Yes, you are indeed free to choose which path to follow, which direction in life to take, which aspects of your soul to let bloom. But it may take a lifetime to figure it all out. It so often does. But before you can choose, you need to be aware that choices exist at all. That we do have a choice. Many cultures, religions, family environments, maybe even work environments, shackle their people with rules, customs, and laws that depress or prevent the realization of individual potential. You must first break free of your prisons and forgive those who put you there before you can learn to fly. Honor the sacred seed of potential that is your soul. Sink into the profound, pregnant silence of Akbal and release all earthly stresses, pressures, deadlines. For here, time has no sway. Here, all simply is, was, will be. This is where the core of all things vibrate into existence, bathed in an inner peace that has neither beginning nor end, holding within the possibility to become anything and to be everything. This, too, is you. So breathe into that energy of potential. Breathe that awareness, that recognition, that experience of it. Every moment is a choice. Every one. With that awareness in your heart and your cells, as we do, allow yourself to be guided to a reflection from above and below, from left to right, numbered 1, 2, 3, top and bottom. What comes to you? So let's see what Spirit has chosen as our reflections for Akbal. On the top, we have the harmonic, dreamer and dreamed in position 1, Etsnab or knife in 2, and Imix or crocodile in 3. Interestingly, you also have Imox, which is the Kichi for crocodile. Both of those, so interesting in position 3. Because of course, crocodile is the beginning of the whole Trecena. It brings us to, we end with rabbit and we start with crocodile in that primordial soup. And so the bottom is dog that we just had, and then the goddess, the moon goddess, Awilix. She almost looks like Ixchel, doesn't she? So, if you chose number 1 in the top, the dreamer and the dreamed. You are the dreamer revealing the dream. Be present. Be aware. Remember that you are the ancient sage who carries the wisdom of lifetimes into this moment, and that this dream offers you the opportunity to merge all that you have been and may become. The dreamer is awakening. Destiny is dawning. See how your past has brought you into the present, and how the present catapults you into the future. Free yourself from the way you normally view the world. You are the dreamer and the dreamed. You chose number 2. You have Etsnab, knife. We've met knife already. Etsnab offers you a special opportunity to journey into the Hall of Mirrors, to address a part of yourself that you may have been avoiding or have not seen clearly. See the unclear, the unacknowledged, the illusion of problems. This is your chance to see the truth, to complete an unfinished lesson. Look into the mirror that reveals the unconscious and see the shadowy parts of yourself that show you what stand between yourself and the light. You are being given the gift of insight. And if you chose number 3, MX, I said this is the very beginning, the primordial. Deep, dark, unfathomable primal waters I am. Tenderly do I cradle in you the mystery of becoming. Receive nourishment from my primordial depths. Imix sounds a call in your life to go beneath the surface, to plumb your own primal depths. Go to the abundant wellspring of the life force to find the nourishment for which you yearn. In trust and receptiveness is found the source of movement. So call on Imix, the source of life, the primal waters of creation, the root source. Remember that you are always embraced in the arms of the divine, no matter what the exterior circumstances of your process or situation. With the below. So this is the, well, Actually, it's sort of funny. The top one is the Mayan Oracle, and the bottom one is the Mayan Oracle, but the top one was published in, when did this one come out? 1992, and the bottom one came out in May of this year. So, dog, core message, Tzi, which is the Kichi, I think, for the Mayan is Ak. Tzi reminds you that your soul family is a source of joy, loyalty, support, and unconditional love. Feeling this nurtures our collective well-being and happiness. Dog is a guide and protector, safeguarding your journey through life. You may find things that challenge your faith or your loyalty, but this ultimately sharpens and awakens your instincts. Trust that these challenges are for your highest good always. So this is also about reaching out to guides and ancestors, to mystical and spiritual allies, all of those who are there to support and accompany you on the journey. So with the moon goddess, and she is different than Ikshal, who's also present. This is the moon goddess of protection and night. So how appropriate. Awilix embodies the essence of the moon, a deity of protection, guiding those who traverse the darkness and ensuring safety through the night. She is intimately connected with the moon, a symbol of guidance and protection in the darkness. So her core message is letting the moonlight guide your path, illuminating your journey through challenges. Awilix teaches the importance of adaptability and the courage to face the unknown with confidence. Under Awilix's watch, you remember that you are never alone. Instead, you walk with a host of guides, deities, and powerful energies offering their divine support. Breathe into the knowing that there is nothing to fear. And the last, Immox. So Immox embodies water's transformative power and teaches us the vitality of movement and change. The life-giving journey of water through the natural world is like our own paths of personal growth and development. Just as water nurtures earth with its continuous flow, we can embrace the flow of life to support our evolution, to unfold our potential into being. So breathe into the energies of the above and the below, what it is that came up from the top and from the bottom. Just allow that to inform, perhaps bring clarity around, for the next 13 days, I am in this time of the night that opens me up to being able to see my direction, my potential with clarity. The darker the night sky, the more clear the stars are. So allow those messages to land. And bring your awareness back to your breath. You find yourself once more at the very top of this pyramid. You feel different, you feel changed to how you felt when you ascended. But now it is time to come back to Earth. And so you turn and you face these steep steps going down, but you know you have integration, body, mind, emotion, spirit. It is all multi-dimensionally in sync. And so, standing in the very center of one of the pathways down, you start to step, head tall, not even necessarily looking at the step, just allowing your feet to move you from the top of the pyramid down to the bottom. And when you take the last step and feel that earth beneath your feet, take 3 deep centering breaths. Feel that rootedness within, feeling yourself come back to the body, the place where you are. One last deep breath. And open up your eyes.